I've seen everything from, people just getting out of jail, people overdosing on pills. I try not to even take a Tylenol because I've watched people overdose on Tylenol.
Yeah.
I've seen people selling drugs, seen people get beat up over drugs, people get hit by cars, SWAT team coming on helicopters, diving into one of the houses, right?
Jeez.
Like I grew up seeing that, and people think Mississauga, they're like, oh, that's not there. But this little area was crazy.
Welcome to the Everyday Guy Show.
Every day,
Brought to you by the Everyday Guy.
anyway,
For the Everyday Guy.
any day.
This is for the Everyday Guy.
What'd you say?
Welcome to the Everyday Guy Show,
Brought to you by the Everyday Guy.
or the Everyday Guy.
Today, we have a special guest. Mr. Brown Guy made it.
I don't know what's special.
Yo,
Yeah, we live.
he's humble. We have a legend. So, we've been on this trend of talking about entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And right now, we're talking about paid in full. A lot of these youngins, they don't know about paid in full.
You don't know about the putting the leg up.
You know, the Killer Cam scene is what we're referring to when he's at the bowling room.
Yeah.
You know? The one leg up. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the one leg up. So, we'll be down for the videos, ladies.
Not we be down. This guy be down.
Yeah. When I say we, I'm talking about me, myself, and I.
Yo, trust me,
That's why I
watch
say
out. The OnlyFans for this man is coming just now.
Yo, just know the money's great in that.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, it's a game changer, right?
That's how I survived your
Oh,
word.
Lee. Okay.
Yeah, shout out the content.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Oh, damn. Shout out Brown Guy made it.
yo, Brown Guy made it.
This guy really made it, bro.
Yeah. Yo, how did that name even come about? Like, how'd
So
you...
it was more high school.
Yeah.
I went to a school by the name of Gordon Graydon in Mississauga,
Saga.
and there was 3 levels or 4 levels of like 4 tiers of people that went there.
Yeah.
There was the VOC 1, VOC 2, which are like the less smart kids. Then there was mainstream, and then IBT. I was in VOC 2, which is like less smart, but not as not smart as But I was like the only person that hung out with everybody. I'd be out front smoking. I'd go hang out with the smart kids in IBT. I'd go hang out with us dumbasses. I'd hang out with the mainstream kids.
Yeah.
And then my boy's girl, she just started calling me Brown Guy because I was the only brown person that hung out with our certain
crazy.
group.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the
They're all
And
white
it
boys?
just- Well, yeah, there was like white, there was black, there was,
Okay.
like Tamil,
Yeah.
right? But I was like the only Indian.
Yeah.
I'm only half Indian. You know what I mean? So I took it and I ran with it, and I just flipped it. Took like a racist nickname and flipped it, turned a negative to a positive.
You have to.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know? Growing up, I had a similar situation. So, yo, Saga, were you in Scarborough before Saga, or
So
Scarborough
no,
came
I grew
after?
up. I've always been like Saga. I moved around a lot as a kid.
Okay,
From like Oakville to Brampton to Hamilton to Fort Erie, back to Saga to Scarborough, right? Like all
Scarborough, okay.
over.
Okay.
But mainly like Saga most of my life.
I ask about Scarborough because we're talking about the sides. The east side's a little different.
Yeah.
What was the Lion King thing you were saying?
Right? It's the dark side.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's the dark place. You gotta, if you're not comfortable with it, you gotta stay away from there because it's a little dark sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta be acclimated to
Exactly.
the climate.
Exactly.
What was I saying to you? They can throw shade, but we're the
This
light.
guy's on the top of the hill right
Hey.
now, you know? We're Mufasa. You see over there?
He's on the bluffs.
Yeah.
He's
The
at the
bluffs.
bluffs.
He's on the bluffs, you know? You see that over there?
Yeah.
But I will say, Scarborough has amazing views. Like, the bluffs are beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Don't ask me to walk down that whole bluff pass off Galloway because I've done it with bare equipment and I died. But like, it's a big climb.
Scarborough, it has a rep. However, there's a lot of potential, a lot of intelligence out there too.
There is.
Because I see a lot of the diversity over there. Why I'm saying all this is because by the time I got to 16, I was into the suburbs, and it was all mainly white people, Persian people. So whatever happens there and the social norms that are in that place, you kind of gotta flip it and use it to your advantage.
100%.
Which is what you did with the name.
Exactly.
So yeah, you can call me this, but what if I just take it and run with it? Call me whatever. you want.
Yo,
Yeah,
no,
you know?
for real. That's
Yeah.
that's a big thing, right? It's turning a negative to a positive. That's
Uh-huh.
that's what you have to live by, right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people get stuck in the darkness, you know, because the darkness is real and it's a struggle for the youth.
100%, because they're clouded by only seeing one thing, right? So it's like you can kind of remove the cloud, then they're able to see a broader horizon. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, and it doesn't matter the area, whether it be Scarborough, Saga, Brampton, Oshawa, freaking Vancouver, Jamaica, wherever.
Yeah, because we're all humans at the end of the day.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we all have blood that's going through our veins. We all breathe. We all feel emotions. Everyone at the end of the day is looking for some kind of love, in my opinion. That's what we're here to do. It's a mutual understanding that life is a little better when you have people around, bro. Like, what are you going to do if you're just there all alone?
For me, my experience, because I'm from Vancouver, shout out to East Van, right? You know, for me, I grew up in that lower income environment. And one of the biggest things that helped me to change was the social programs that were in the community. RIP, my bro, he was in the foster homes and everything. And they put him onto this, they made it seem like you were going to a normal 9 to 5, but they were giving you the skills. They were showing people how to write resumes, what you're going to experience when you're out in the workforce. And you would learn, like, you got to be there on time. You had certain breaks. And that really helped me understand that, yes, the streets are there, but there is something else out there as well. And then you got to push yourself to reach higher and higher limits. It's not just what you see around you that's going to define who you are. It's where you want to go with it, you know?
Yo, it's like me, right? Like my mom, growing up, I lived in Clarkson, which is Saga.
Yeah.
I used to live in a place called Taka Village. Shout out Taka Village. My mom used to look after 19 rooming houses. Which a rooming house, for those that don't know, it's a house that's every single little space that can be turned into a room is turned into a room.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, basically like affordable housing. And it's a lot of transitions of people coming from jail. That's the first place they're going because you're renting a room for like $300-400 a month.
Yeah.
I've seen everything from, you know, people just getting out of jail, people overdosing on pills. I try not to even take a Tylenol because I've watched people overdose on Tylenol.
Yeah.
I've seen people selling drugs, seen people get beat up over drugs, people get hit by cars, SWAT team coming on helicopters, diving into one of the houses, right?
Jeez.
Like, I grew up seeing that, and people think Mississauga, they're like, oh, that's not there. But this little area was crazy. It's just, cops would be in my kitchen as soon as I wake up in the morning, drinking my mom's coffee, smoking a cigarette, and they'd be like, what's up, Aaron? And then, you know, I'd go to school, right? So I grew up around these guys. So for so long, I wanted to be a cop. You know, I'm like, yo, these guys are sick. These guys are like, they're really doing something proper in that community because they'd be going through all the new tenants, make sure there's no pedophiles because there's a lot of kids in there.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, yo, I like that. Like, and then growing up, that obviously changed.
Well, this guy always tells me, like, cops are necessary. You
They
know?
are.
Like for me, I was that kid that grew up and I would just always be like, yo, bun the cops, man. Like, I did not have great experiences with the cops.
Yeah.
But you always show me, like, without them, then it would be lawless out here.
It would be lawless. They have their role to play. It's not like I'm shouting out the boydom either, but yo, shout out to the boydom. Likewise, we gotta keep it cordial and professional. And hey, if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, then you have something to worry about.
Exactly.
Well, it's part of the game, you know. It's cops and robbers. You know, if you're gonna play that, there's a high chance you're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
100%. I'll say this. There's some names that, you know, of police officers I've used when I was getting in trouble that got me fully out of trouble. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, there's some of them that are genuinely trying to help the community. It's not every single one out there is being like a piece of shit, basically.
No. It's not like that either. However, bias is something we all have.
Yes.
It's not just cops. Okay, so we can't just point the finger and be like, yo, this guy, he's like that. Everybody has a bias. And that's why I say things like, don't do everything that I say to do. First, use your own rationality. And even in situations like that, in poor income housing, rationality is something that's poorly developed.
How so?
Rationality is something where you have to be able to process your emotions. You can't let your emotions dictate your actions. And a lot of these people, they move like that. Oh, somebody stepped on my shoe, somebody looked at me wrong. That's just low EQ, emotional intelligence. You know, it's just emotional quotations. Well, that's the actual terminology. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you know I'm just the everyday guy. What do I know? However, the emotional level of awareness is something that you have to educate yourself on, bro. Like, you got to sit there and be like, hey, I said this, I said that, and maybe that wasn't the best thing to say.
It's difficult because there's a lot of kids that also get pulled into this different kind of lifestyle. Like, unfortunately, I knew this one kid, met him on the subway or the Sky Train in Vancouver. That's what they called it. And I would see him periodically. And the first time I saw him, he was just starting this gig with this guy. He was making him move some work. The next time I saw him, he's like, okay, now I'm making some bread. And he was doing okay. The next time I saw him, he's like, yo, instead of getting paid money, now I'm getting paid in work. You know, and then that's when his whole thing started to change. Because the next time I saw him, he's like, yo, now I don't have anywhere to live and I'm not making no bread, but I still need the food. And then the next time that I saw him, it was like, he was fully gone. Like, completely. Like, I watched this guy just completely
Deteriorating.
Yeah,
That's insane. It's crazy what like being in a position like that will do to you. You could be so high, but then automatically you could just become so low.
Yeah.
Right? Because now you might be getting addicted to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which is probably what happened. So now it's like, yo, screw the money, just give me the food.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's a consistency.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
And then all of their actions are dictated by their what's the word?
their addiction.
Their addiction.
Yeah.
So their actions are dictated by their addiction. So that's the thing with hedonism, the hedonic treadmill, and feeding into those dopamine hits a little too hard. You ball up? You do any of that? You stay clean? You don't? You
Yeah, if I smoke, I get mad paranoid. I used to smoke a lot.
Okay.
If I drink, I turn into a real brown guy. So keep your girl away from me.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, you know, I just stay away from the drinking.
Yeah.
I vape. That's it, and I'm even trying to stop that.
Okay. You were telling us you've been on a little bit of a trajectory on eating right. Your girl's vegan. You were telling us.
Yeah, my best friend is vegan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your
I'm not
best
gonna say
friend.
my girl because everybody thinks she's my girl. She's not my girl, guys.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good. I'm gonna use that too. You know, I have lots of best friends.
This guy.
I love all of my my best friends. Shout out to my best friends. That's good. Yeah. So you were in Miami not too long ago. You just came from over there. And, you lost some weight by eating clean.
Yeah. She cooked like all this alkaline food. Right, she's a herbalist. Yo, she's trained by Dr. Sebi's family.
We'd be drinking alkaline water before we even had this conversation. This is random. See, people think that, oh, these guys rehearsed this. No, fam, this is off the top of the dome, and we just linked up after so many years. How do we even know each other? Let's let the people know. You know.
So, Jay, I know him from, I shot a music video for one of his artists that I completely even forgot about.
Yeah.
I know I've met you before. I can't place where I've met you before.
See, because I'm Mr. Timeless. I'm just everywhere.
Right? So it's like, I can remember faces sometimes, but I definitely don't remember names.
Okay.
But then my memory's so shot.
Yeah.
That, like, look, the music video. You know how many music videos I've shot? And I can't remember what I've shot. People send me videos, I'm like, yo, I shot that?
Yeah,
that's cool.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck?
That means your catalog's huge, you know?
Yeah, you've been doing
Sometimes
a lot
that's not
too.
a good thing, though. Because that's quantity over quality. Right?
True.
You want quality over quantity.
Well, I was saying to him, like, yo, be kind to yourself, you know? No, don't be too hard on yourself, because a lot of times we're hypercritical towards ourselves like that. And it's like, yo, we're just humans figuring it out. And the fact that you did so much may have to do with that, and you're going hard. And where do you find that balance between getting the bag, putting in grind into your project? Because right now we do this. We don't, we do what we got to do, but it's more like a non-profit kind of venture. We want to share the lessons that we've learned in everyday life. The advice that somebody that's already a millionaire, that's a multimillionaire, that's a Bill Gates or Elon Musk, isn't going to be as relatable to the everyday person as somebody that's the everyday person coming up. And
100%.
Coming up as the everyday person, there's steps to this shit. You don't just wake up and start benching 300 on the bench press,
Little bricks build mansions.
Exactly.
So how do you, like, what did you do to maintain some kind of balance, some kind of sanity? Because that's why I asked you about the turning up too.
Yeah. I mean, like, sanity, I don't think I'm sane. I'll be honest with you.
I guess we all got to be a little bit crazy,
to
right?
be in, like, what I do, you have to be absolutely nuts.
Brother, look at me. I got a mask and grills, and I'm out here like, yeah.
But, like, I think it's more, it's what keeps me grounded is, like, my mom and my little bro, right? Like, I have to do this for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to give them a better life than, I had, and not saying that that's anybody's fault. I'm not saying that, my mom didn't try, right? Just some people get a shorter straw in life, right? So it's like, now how can you make that straw bigger? How can you get on top of it, right? So I think that's really what keeps me grounded and keeps me out of trouble. And, I'm just trying to grind. I'm trying to be different. I'm trying to break the mold, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You did something right here, though. It's very powerful. That's why I'm like taken off guard. You took what we were talking about and you made it not about yourself. You were like, it's more than just me. It's not work-life balance for me.
100%.
I'm grounding myself. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
You said, I'm grounding myself. And I'm like, trying to be like, yo, how do I find balance? But if you're already grounded, you don't need to find balance.
100%. 100%.
And this is shit that I'm just thinking about right now,
100%. Yeah. No, because being grounded is better than being balanced. Right? And you have to, if you're grounded, you're never gonna, you're not gonna leave. A tornado's not gonna pick you up and take you away. But if let's say you're balanced on like a scale, right, something can throw it off. I'm not trying to be thrown off.
Yeah.
Right? Because the more that you get thrown off, the more that your mind goes nuts.
Jeez. Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. No. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, so like, how do you come up with this? Like, why? Like, how are you inspired to speak this way? Well, what would you, if you had to put your finger on it? What is that thing? Is it the love that you have for your family?
I think it's the love that I have for my family, because it's the only reason why. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on this earth, right? Like, hey, look, we're all the main character in our own story every day, right? Everybody that walks by you in a day, they're just side characters. You know what I mean? You can interact with them, or you don't interact with them, right? I interact with my family every single day, so they're a part of my story, right? So it's like, I have to be able to take care of them, right? So I have to lead by example, right? If you lead by example, you'll move masses.
And then, like we were talking about earlier, is like, I find that that's what's missing for a lot of the youth them coming up, is that they don't have anyone to help them and guide them in those directions.
100%. 100%. It's one person. Look, I shoot with Black of the Dawn all the time, right? He's the reason why I'm at a level that I'm at. I'll call it. I always do, right? I give flowers where it's needed. He brings me into, his hood all the time, back in the day. And I remember I was shooting the video Life of the Garden. And there's some kids there, they're I'm not gonna say they're bad kids, but you can tell that they're gonna go a path, right? They don't see certain things. They don't see the things that are accessible. Yeah. Right? And that's in every let's call them hoods, right? Areas, lower income areas. There was one kid, he's seen what I was doing, he was always asking questions. He's a young kid. Maybe he was like 8, 9 at the time.
Yeah.
And, I was shooting and I'm like, yo, you know what? Here, take the camera. I let him shoot the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Obviously,
cool.
I help guide him because it's a heavy rig.
Yeah.
Right? But you could see in his eye that it was like,
it's possible.
Whoa, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this. And now every time he sees me, yo, brown guy. He's a big boy now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what he's up to now, but I'm pretty sure that that little bit of influence might have changed his trajectory just a little bit.
That's crazy.
And that's what's really important, man. Like, and it doesn't just apply to little kids, Like for me, this all started because I was going through some problems when I was working at the warehouse, and then me and this guy would be doing a perimeter check. He inspired me with a lot of these things, like Think and Grow Rich, the 4 quadrants, what you say
When you talk to yourself.
He put me onto these personal development ideas and even aspects of relationships. He's one of the things that I'll never forget. This guy told me, he's like, "Yo, it doesn't matter what you do. If a girl's gonna cheat, she's gonna cheat regardless." And it just that little kernel of information really helped me, because I'm like, regardless of what comes out of any relationship, it doesn't necessarily have a reflection on me. Sometimes it just is what it is, and you got to be able to maneuver.
This we call them the everyday guy studies. I grew up in a similar circumstance, and I have both parents, and I've had them, so I'm grateful for that. However, it's not their fault that we didn't have all the resources and tools. So I never seen Benzes like that. I was like shocked that there was Mercedes Benzes out here. And that showed me a lot about life, and it made me be like, okay, so why am I like this? Like, why can't I be in that? And then I started researching. It's all R&D. It's all research and development. Some people, that's what we were talking about, EQ, right?
Yeah.
Some people emotionally, they just get kind of butthurt and they're mad at the world, and now everything that they do is just kind of a reaction. If we can start to learn how to respond to shit, kind of process what's happening, and play chess, not checkers. In life, on a moment-to-moment basis, it's a little different. Because a checker move, when you play chess, is not necessarily going to be applicable, and vice versa. Sometimes you got to play checkers because everybody else is there playing checkers,
100%.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do. But the trifecta, it goes back to that. Win for you, win for me, win for the universe at large.
Exactly.
And that way, when you're doing things, you're not going to compromise certain morals and values. And what you were talking about was principles of masculinity too. And we have media taking over, and the idea of what it actually is to be a man is kind of getting distorted and lost too. And what you said right there, I would like to say, I add to it. For me, that's like the foundation. And your family, the people that you care for, the people that you love for. Some people are going to say that's a weakness, but I see it as a strength.
100%.
I'm going to refer to Goku and the spirit bomb from Dragon Ball Z. You got to be... It's better to give than to take and only be a taker. Because when you give, things come out of nowhere, and it goes back to scarcity for me. It's am I moving in a way that I feel like I'm never gonna get this again, and then I'm trying to hoard everything that I can. So when you say it's more about grounding, like what's your thought process? Is it throughout the day, you just randomly wake up and be like, yo, I'm doing this for my family. Today, I don't feel like getting up and doing this. Oh, I'm doing it for my family. Like, how's a routine of the brown guy in the day in life? Because life hits you hard, man. Because sometimes the fucking darkness is real. I'm not going to say that we're prone to the mental pressures of life, like life, you start thinking about shit and you're just like, damn. And though that can be overpowering. So what do you do to navigate through, let's just say you're a little sailboat in the ocean. What do you do, man?
Like I said, it's just about, I don't want to be in the position I was in when I was a kid, right? If I can't work or if I can't figure it out, if I wake up in the morning and I don't want to do something, it's like, if I don't do it, then this bill might not get paid. So it's like, I'm not trying to go back to being homeless. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to put my mom in that position. I'm not trying to lose my 2 dogs because I have to go back to a homeless shelter. I'm not trying to ask my friends for this and that because, you know, a lot of my friends, they helped me growing up, right? Like, shout out Bravo. Bravo literally, he was the only person that knew when we were in high school that I was in a homeless shelter. I hid all that, right? If we were out and I didn't have food, bro, the man was buying food. You know, if I needed to go somewhere, the man was taking me there. If I needed to go to a video shoot, the man was taking me to the video shoot, right? So it's like, I need to win for everybody that helped me get to where I am, right? Like, I'm not trying to be a disappointment. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's deep right there, man.
I was gonna say, like, some people fold under that pressure, bro. Like, it's too much for them, you know. So what keeps you? I was calling you a grizzly bear earlier. What keeps you grizzlying? Like,
yo, I won't lie. Like, to be honest with you, I don't know. Right? I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
But like, there's been so many times where I wanted to quit, but every time I quit, the universe puts something crazy in my hand. Right? Like, last year I wanted to quit.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I get a message from Molly, which is Fabulous's manager.
Yeah.
Yo, we're in the city. We need you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I wanted to quit before that. When I don't know if you guys ever did like the all ages clubs. You might know a gentleman by the name of Curly, the MC, right?
Yeah.
But he was like a big MC in that age. And this was the time when Ace Hood was big, right?
Yeah.
He performed at Luxy. Bro, I literally was taking my camera. I was walking out my door to go to the pawn shop to be like, yo, screw this, I'm done. Just gonna do this. I got the call, yo, your camera's charged? Yeah, why? And he's like, yo, don't worry about it. Brought me there, brought me to Ace Hood. So I filmed Ace Hood. You know, it's like every single time I want to give up, something just puts in my, you know, the universe is just like here. So it's like, obviously there's a reason I'm going down this path.
Yeah.
If that, I don't know if that answers.
That answers. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to summarize it as hope.
100%.
Hope, faith, and kind of just a trust in life, man.
100%.
Well, I have a strong belief in the universe, and that the universe will always give you everything that you can handle. Now, that's not always going to be the light or in the dark, but it's an opportunity for growth, and it's trying to lead you in the direction that you're supposed to go to. It might not be apparent in that moment, because when things are going really wrong and everything is just crashing around you, it hurts. But there has to be something there that you can learn from, because the only way you're going to fail in life, and this is only my opinion, is if you let it get to you and put you down, because there's always a way out.
You already made it.
Yeah.
Brown guy made it. You know, we already
Almost
fucking made it.
Brown guy almost
we made it.
But I'm manifesting that I made it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When I was 13, I you know, we were super down, and I came up with this quote: "Life is like a roller coaster. You have your ups, downs, and screws. But at the end of the ride, you're always right back in the front of the line, waiting for the thrill all over again. Because life's a thrill, right? So I live by that quote. And then I started learning about the universe and manifesting things and speaking things out, you know, by my old security supervisor. Once he taught me that, everything changed.
What do you mean by that? Are you talking about like self-dialogue, your self-talk?
Just like speaking, like, okay, say you wanna start a podcast, right?
Okay.
But you don't know how to do it. You have to live every single day trying to figure out where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna start this podcast.
Shit, we still don't know how we're doing it. You know,
I'm gonna have, you know. But it's like you have to feel it, you have to live it, you have to see it, you have to dream it. In order to get that, you still have to work for it.
Of course.
But if you put it out into the universe, it's gonna come. As long as you follow those steps that you have to, you know, you have to paint in order to get down that path.
Okay. I usually avoid these words of manifestation and thing, because to the outside it gets a lot of woo-ha, you know, like it seems to somebody that's never heard that word, it's not in their vocabulary, they're gonna be like, yo, what's this woo-ha shit?
Well, I think that a lot of people going into their own business is always stuck by that fear of, what am I gonna do? And they never actually do anything. You know, they just get so afraid that, oh, I'm gonna fail, or this is never going to amount to nothing. Or they have all these people saying like, yo, focus on this instead. And they never go and actually follow their dream. So, of course, it never actually manifests.
Paralysis by analysis.
Jeez.
Now,
Damn.
you gave us that fire, and that's another thing that I said. You can take a lighter and light one candle, and then that candle can light many.
Yes.
And I'm trying to deter away from the woo-ha talk,
Yeah.
manifestation, and all that. There's practical applications of all of this too. Manifesting, like, well, what does that even mean? It's you got to understand the language that you're using with yourself. Just because the circumstance is this way doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to continue to be that way forever. And even if it feels like it's been forever, that it's been like that, on a moment-to-moment basis, what you do and how you behave is going to dictate the future regardless. So all we really have is this moment. You don't have more than this moment.
Exactly.
You either have the past or you have the future. But right now, what we have is now.
Well, what's the only thing that doesn't grow?
What's the only thing that doesn't grow? Damn, I feel so dumb right now. I don't know.
It doesn't
Something
grow.
that's not alive, because everything that lives grows.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so actually, right? Okay. I had a moment where I'm
Yeah,
like,
me too. I was like, I thought it was one of those, like, you know, those TikToks where it's like, yo, what's this and this? And it's the most simplest answer, but they have it something completely different.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
what you're trying to do with me right now.
Yeah, I'm just blamed. So,
Every day that you're alive, you're growing.
Yeah.
You know, you're learning something new. You're experiencing life, the good and the bad, you know? And you got to continue to grow.
100%. If you're not learning, you're not living.
something that I learned was in 2020, I had no bread, man. I had barely any money to my name. I got a job. I just folded. I was like, I'm going to fold on all my dreams and whatever, man. Just get a job, do your thing. And I did that. And this guy's the overseeing eye. He's the supervisor there. He's the boss. So this whole leadership thing is another part of what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
It's like an underlying thing. It's something that you have to develop. You have to see that you're not just responsible for yourself. There's other people that you're responsible for, and there's consequences to this shit.
100%. I personally know people that would do better working a job than trying to run a company, right?
Yes, definitely.
I know people that would do better running a company than working a job, right? Me, I couldn't listen to a boss anymore. So I was like, yo, I got to figure this out. Don't get me wrong. My boss helped me get to where I am. Shout out to him. But if you want to do something, try it. How many times I failed in business? I've been trying to do business since I was 15. My mom gave me her last $100 to buy a web hosting company and run that,
That's cool.
right? Like, I've been trying for so long. I'm 34 years old. You know what I mean? So it's like I've been trying for so long, and the video stuff is really the only thing that really took off and stuck.
What I was talking to you about there, about Think and Grow Rich. That's
Yeah.
a quote from there. What the mind can conceive, it can achieve.
Jeez.
It's one of those things where it's like, look, I'm trying to slowly drift out of the music video stuff. I'm trying to go more corporate. I'm trying to be more, you know.
Why is it? There's a lot of polys that go on.
Well, the polys don't affect me,
Okay,
right?
good.
Because like, look, when it comes to, I think I even did it with you guys, right? Is I have production agreements where it's like a contract. So it's like, I'm there for one reason only. I don't know what you do outside of your music stuff. I don't care what you do, right? I'm here to film you a music video. I'm here to try to put a story to the song, put visuals to the story,
You
right?
don't know the details.
I don't know the
what
details. I don't
actually
care
happened.
about it,
Yeah.
right? Don't get me wrong. We might be cordial. We might become friends. You know, we might help each other out.
Yeah.
But that's on a business tip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, the politics don't really, they don't come to me. And one of the biggest things is like, I'm trying to help these guys build businesses.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Them as an artist, they're a business.
They're a business, and they're not seeing that. It's to get
Exactly.
out of this, bro.
Exactly.
You don't want
It's
to
to
be
get out.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, start marketing your music properly. Do the $5 rule.
Yeah.
Learn the $5 rule.
What's a $5 rule?
So the $5 rule is where you take, let's say you have a budget of like, I don't know, $500,
Okay.
right? To do your marketing, which is a very small budget. But you take $5 and you invest $5 into Toronto, you invest $5 into Mississauga, you invest $5 into New York, you invest $5 into Miami, you invest $5 into the UK, somewhere in the UK, right? You just spread out that $5 everywhere. And you see what gives you the most ROI. And then you start inputting more money into those places. Say Toronto gave you 300 views off that $5. But say London gave you 650 views off that $5.
Yo, excuse me 1 second. Yo, we're doing this $5 rule. We got like 30K views on each clip. You guys need to start following. What are you even doing? I had to put that in there.
Yeah,
Thank you for reminding
yeah,
me.
no problem. But it's like, you know, so you see where you get the most ROI. Remember, as an artist, you don't want to market in the city. You want to blow up somewhere else. I call it the Tory Lanez effect.
Yeah.
Remember, when Tory was here, they were all kind of, you know, free Tory. Free Tory. The man's innocent.
Yeah, free up
But,
the man.
you know, when he was here, he wasn't, you know, too popping. Some people were making fun of the music, whatever. Because they're, you know, Toronto's Screwface City for a reason. He went to Europe, blew up in Europe, went to the States, blew up in the States, came back here, and everybody's like, yo, Tory's from Canada, right? Like, it's an effect, right? When you blow up somewhere else, the city wants to mess with you.
Okay. It's crazy how it's backwards here, man. And these artists, like I want all these artists to do well, actually.
100%.
But I can't drive down the street playing anybody because you don't know who's gonna be where. And these guys, they need to focus on graduating from what they're currently doing so that they can be an actual business.
Exactly.
And it's like we need these guys to make money so that they can make music.
Yo.
But, you know, it goes down to like the polys are generational for some, man. And emotional intelligence, that's something we were talking about. It's you got to be able to weigh out the pros and cons and consequences and see how can we be good in the longer run, no?
100%. And it's one of those things where it's like, look, I'll never understand the polys, right?
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Exactly,
it's
right? Like, I'm not
passed
from it.
down. Yeah,
And it's generational, like you said, right?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like, yo, how I stay like level-headed is, let's say we pop off, right? We start DMing each other, yo, F you, blah, blah, right? We're both cheese at each other.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit there and be like, yo, is it really worth my time and my energy to entertain this? Or do I just be like, you know what? It is F me.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best in life, and we just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I find that most of the time, a lot of people can't agree to disagree. It has to be like, yo, you have to see it my way, or I can't be at peace.
100%. There's a lot of people that think that their opinion is the only opinion. It's their way or the highway. I've dealt with a lot of those people. You know what? I just kind of, all right, man.
So when did you get that idea to write that contract and have people sign it? Was it from, it wasn't from the beginning, right?
No, it wasn't from the beginning. There was a situation that happened that I'm not going to touch on, right? But it just kind of changed my whole perspective.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, you know what? If I'm going to run this as a business, it has to be business.
Yeah.
So I started implementing the contracts. And honestly, like I lost a lot of clients.
How do you talk to hoodmans with contracts? Like, how are you going to go to a hoodman and be like, yo,
but you know what? I deal with a lot of hoodmans.
Yeah.
And it's because there's a level of respect and a level of trust that a lot of people do have with me, and I'm grateful for it.
Okay.
Right? Where I can be like, yo, this is the contract.
And that goes back to word of mouth. Right?
100%.
Like, it's not like you've been shysting people either.
Exactly. And it's one of those things where it's like, yo, when you introduce a contract, it shows who's doing this as a hobby and who's really trying to do this.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because, like, it's the same thing as if, like, I don't know, like, let's say Live Nation hits you. They're like, yo, we want you to open up for, I don't know, Royce the 5'9", right?
Yeah.
They're going to give you a contract.
Yeah.
So you're going to sign a contract.
Okay.
Right? That's business.
Uh-huh.
So it's like you have to have that mutual agreement because that contract's going to show you what you're going to get, what the turnaround time is, what happens if you don't hit that turnaround time, right?
Yeah. Do you go over all of the stipulations within the contract with the people?
Everything. Even in my contract, there's no hood policy.
Okay.
I won't
What'd you say? No hood policy?
No hood policy.
But I'm a hood man, fam.
That's
So
fine.
like, how you gonna give me like
That's
no
fine,
hood policy?
but you see me, I'm a creative. I'm not a videographer.
Okay.
I'm a creative. I want to create movies and pull emotions from our video.
I want to do my due diligence. I am not a hood man. I'm not involved in any illegal activities. And we believe in the trifecta. All right? I'm a yogi.
But there's nothing wrong with filming in the hoods. I just don't want to because right, I want to pull away from the Toronto concept, the Toronto blueprint of in music videos, the Airbnbs, girls with big butts, Henny, and pouring the Henny on the big butt.
Oh man, but yo, I do that so much and I have such a good time doing it. What am I gonna do?
Yo, let's go build a set. Let's build a set and let's bring those girls in there.
Yeah?
Right? Let's bring those girls in there. And then from there, you'll have a lot more fun. Because now it's different.
Okay.
Now you can advertise this in I don't know, the UK, and people are gonna be like, yo, this is hard.
It's better instead of doing the Airbnb thing, calling a couple of telly things, and then you don't have contracts with those girls, so they're gonna be like, yo, take me out of this music video.
Yeah,
and
that's
you have
another
a lot,
thing.
you know, so if you're gonna do that and you're gonna have these girls, you also need to have them sign off.
Exactly.
With
We've
the way
had
you're
situations where girls have been in the music videos. They understood that they were in the music videos. And I don't know what happened, but the YouTube video got taken down because one of
Man
the
was like,
girls-
yo, that's my op.
yo, I don't know, bro. But like, yo, the video got taken down and the girl's like, yeah, I can't be in this video. I'm like, well, you got paid like $400. What do you mean you can't be in this video?
Yeah.
I'm like, why did you agree to come out? Like, you know, but thankfully nowadays, a lot of the girls are very business oriented and, you know, they understand the
Stipulation.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So contracts are important for everyone
Very
out there
important.
trying to do something creative.
In any business.
And it changes the whole atmosphere from hood to like we're doing a business. Like I conduct a business.
I wouldn't even say it's changing it from hood. I'd say it's changing it from hobby to you know, career.
I like that.
Right?
That's even better.
Because like there's nothing wrong with being from a hood. There's nothing wrong about, you know, how you were brought up. There's nothing wrong with, you know, the things that you have to go through and navigate through life.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But it's about the people around you who are gonna be like, hey, let's, you know, you're a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Timeless is a business.
Yeah.
You know, go register that company.
Yeah.
Start taking start claiming everything as a business expense now.
Yeah.
Your studio time, the music video, the advertising, paying for the models, this and that. Then you get, you know, the government's gonna look at you differently. You're now making legal on paper money. Not saying that you're not.
Yeah.
Before, right?
Say less.
But you know, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like now you can start applying for grants. Because the grant committees are gonna be like, oh, they have an actual business. They've been doing this. Okay, cool. The government can now give you $20,000
Yeah.
to go make this project.
See?
Right?
The story of nothing to something continues in real time.
Yeah.
Every episode, so people get to see it.